The MOONDROP Quarks DSP. Overall build quality, there's not a lot to talk about here because it's essentially just a MOONDROP Quarks with a USB-C attached to it. It does have some controls as well as a microphone. We are currently listening to the MOONDROP Quarks DSP microphone. It's kind of cool how this $15 IEM comes with a feature that $500 IEMs don't come with, hey? The cable is pretty well behaved. It does transfer some sound to the IEM. I will say that where the cable and the IEM meets, I found that plastic to be quite sharp. I had to file that down with a nail file. Once I did that, I didn't have any issues with the fit and comfort though. Overall build quality, I'm going to give this thing a pass because it's so dang affordable. Under $20, I think $15. This thing is nuts. So let's get into the sound. We're going to start with the bad, get into the good. So the bad, the deal breakers, the reasons why I actually will not use this set for daily listening. One, the noise floor. This does have a noticeable noise floor. If you're listening at quiet volumes, like I'm talking ultra quiet or even loud volumes, it's noticeable. If you're listening at kind of like a normal volume, it wasn't very noticeable, honestly. It was mostly noticeable just during quiet parts for me, and it was distracting. It also does this thing where when it goes from one track to another, it dips out and does this like fade in, fade out thing. Super annoying. That's the biggest deal breaker for me because if I'm listening to a gapless album, it's not gapless. That's a huge problem. A lot of my songs, they come out the bat with a punch, and this doesn't do that. So that's the big deal breaker for me. That's the main reason I don't like this IEM. But it's ultra budget. Let's talk about the rest of it. The tuning is quite well done. Yes, it's cheating with some DSP, but excellent. The bass shelf, I wish for more bass, and I wish that the bass went a little bit further, closer to like 250, 300. But I think most people are going to love this. I honestly do. I'm just a little bit picky there because I like the 250, 300 bass shelf because that to me sounds best for bass guitar and kick drum specifically. You get into the mids, 300 to 1K, really well done. I do find in the upper mids, this is a little bit forward for me. My ear gain peaks around 3K. This guy peaks a little bit sooner than that, and it does cause me some problems here and there. Specifically on Audio Slave songs as well as Nora Jones songs, I found that this IEM to come off just way too forward there. But most tracks, like when I was listening to like Lights or when I was listening to just some random pop tracks or whatever, it wasn't a problem. It was kind of track specific there. The treble isn't as high quality as I would like, and there's not as much of it as I would normally like. I prefer a little more treble, a little more bass in my replay anyways, but yeah, I think it's inoffensive. I didn't hear anything that was like, ooh, ah, ooh, ooh. No, this sounded fine. The overall tonality, it's quite well balanced. I didn't have a lot of issues with it. I'm nitpicking really when it comes to like, I prefer a different bass shelf and I prefer a little bit of a different upper mid. That's just me nitpicking. For a lot of people, I would think for most people, this isn't going to be a problem. So, wow, under $20, this thing is doing some amazing things. I do think that the tonality, the overall tuning, it's more natural than something like the MOONDROP Variations. But I think something like the Truthier Hexa or the Alina XE is even a little bit more natural than this. So it really kind of depends on what you consider natural or what you consider neutral or what your experience and your exposures in life when it comes to music, right? Overall build quality, overall sound, I can't think of a reason to not recommend this other than the gapless playback thing. That's maybe the biggest deal breaker here. If you are someone who listens to albums and you want it to be gapless, this is not the thing for you. Absolutely not. Avoid this. But if you're someone who shuffles music and you don't really care if your music's gapless or not, awesome IEM. Highly recommend this. For the price, I'm trying to think here. Under $20. Under. We're talking $15 here. Is there anything that beats this? I don't think so. Nothing I've tried anyways. Honestly, I mean, I got more stuff on the way, but I like this better than the Truth Ear Zero. I like this better than the 7 Hertz Zero. I maybe like the QKZ HBB better, maybe, but I mean, that's kind of a close call. They're just different beasts, completely different tunings. Yeah, no, for the price, this is a grab. This is absolutely a grab if you can afford it. This thing costs less than most cables cost. Like, what? Yeah, it's just the fact that it kind of sounds like a true wireless IEM to me more than it sounds like a wired IEM with that noise floor and those weird things. But otherwise, thing's awesome. This thing sounds great. So yeah, I would recommend this, even if it's just a beater set that you leave in your car or you use for phone calls or whatever. I think that this thing is pretty dang solid. Good job, Moondrop. Is this my favorite Moondrop? This might be my favorite Moondrop. Oh my goodness. Wait, what? This might be my favorite Moondrop. Yeah, I don't really love the chew. I think I like this better overall than the Kato. Maybe. Oh man, I don't have it to AB, but I know that the overall tonality I prefer over the variations. Just that the variations, it does sound a little more technical, and the bass has a fun factor in the variations that is just so nuts. This doesn't have that. So yeah, great IEM, awesome IEM. I think that, you know, sound quality alone, if I were to listen to this and guess a price, I'd probably say, you know, a lot more than $20. It's just the fact that noise floor and that gapless playback thing, that's the main deal breakers for me. That's the main reason I don't enjoy listening to this thing. If not for that, freaking awesome. Amazing. So Moondrop, fix that. Then come back with a version 2 and you have something absolutely magic. You got lightning in a bottle. Just fix that. Fix that and you did it. This thing's nuts. So awesome job. If you like the video, like, comment, subscribe. Until next time.